Hi everybody, I am out here in the middle of freaking nowhere. Now I'm videoing this for the sake of my children because I am partially replicating the hike from hell, the Trapp Run Loop in the Clear Creek State Forest. One time, Robert was probably, I guess, 2 or 3, so we're talking 12, 13 years ago. We took off on a whim on this trail not far from Beartown Rocks that turned out to be the Trapp Run Loop. We had no map, no compass, no navigational devices, and we just took off. And finally, you get to a point where you don't know whether you're further ahead to turn around and go back or just keep trucking on the loop. Well, we kept trucking on the loop, and the loop turned out to be about 7 or 8 miles. Now keep in mind that Robert's probably 2 or 3, which would make Olivia 6 and Elizabeth 9. So not too well planned out, but it certainly made for a memorable experience. And this is one place where we got to where we had to make this decision which way to go, because if you can see here, right here is Camper's Paradise, which is right up the road from Clear Creek. So when we got to this point, we, contemplated cutting off here and cutting to the chase and walking down to the park office and catching a ride while I begged Suzanne to take me back to my car, but we did not do that. We continued on, went clear back to Beartown Rocks. Here's your Trapp Run Loop sign. That's hard to say. Trapp Run Loop sign for the benefit of my kids. So they still fondly and not so fondly remember that hike. I like to tease them with some Trapp Run Loop memorabilia, I guess. Remind them of the hike from hell. But really, it is a nice little trail. You can, let me shut up here a minute, and because it runs right alongside the creek, you can hear the creek running. And granted, it's running pretty good right now because we did get some substantial rain over the last few days, but let me shut up here. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's the sound of paradise. But I was kind of scoping this trail out to see if there was some spots to get down to the creek and maybe do a little dispersed camping, backpacking dispersed camping. I did find a spot back there, not too far from where I'm at right now, but I happened onto this Trapp Run Loop again quite by accident. I got here off the Beartown Rocks trail, but not at Beartown Rocks. It was just right off of Corbett Road, not too far from where you turn from 949. So nice little spot to park there, and this could be a potential backpacking destination. I don't know. I'll have to find out what the rules are for dispersed camping out here. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to stay for one night in one spot. You're not allowed to spend more than one night, but I'm not sure about fires, or I don't think you're allowed to have fires. You have to cook on a camp stove. That's no big deal. I got one of those. See if I can, I don't know, I may have to stop a little bit, but there's a spot up here where rhododendron bushes just make a tunnel right over the trail. I took a picture of it on the way out here. I'm on my way back right now. I walked out about a mile. I have no navigational devices with me today. But I was just walking down that Beartown Rocks trail, and I see a sign that says Trapp Run Loop, so here I is. Now, see that? Whoopsie. That looks like it should go to the creek, but it just stops. It's like a bear path or a deer path, or I went down and I think I saw what was a rather old pile of bear shit. I'm sorry, bear scat. Scat. Met one other guy out here hiking with a little kid, and I scared the poor kid. I tried to do some sniffling and coughing, which isn't really hard for me right now, but he still thought it was a wild animal of some sort. Alright, here we come to a tunnel-like thing here. This isn't the area I was talking about, but this is how tight the trail is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, as Jason from Outdoor Adventures would say. I'm up to 7.5 minutes. Whoa! Mother ankle twister. That could be bad. If I twist my ankle out here, I'm in a world of shit. Red Blazes, Trapp Run Loop. Well, I'm going to shut this thing off for a bit. Maybe I'll get a chance to try some video editing skills by putting the next segment together. Here's the place I'm talking about. Tunnel vision, man. Alright, I'm going to stop for a bit. I'll pick it up later. I'm back. It hasn't been that long since I quit, but I'm in a more open area now that is really picturesque in my opinion. I made a Facebook post a couple days ago about how colorful it is this spring, and I don't know if you can see that, but right here is a perfect example. I think it's these little maple buds and leaves that are coming out so red this year, unlike I've ever seen before. It's almost fall-like, to tell you the truth. It's really colorful. I was back at Beartown Rocks this morning, and You don't really notice it in an overlook situation, you know what I'm saying? Where you're looking out over the forest, it's still, a lot of the trees are still quite bare, but when you're in a spot like this right here, with the little green leaves and these red buds coming out, it's pretty damn awesome. Never saw anything quite like it before. Everything's really coming out slow. I don't know whether it's been the wet weather or the fluctuations in temperatures, but it just always, it seemed to me like in the past, I'd say, you know, I'm going to pay attention to how the emergence of the leaves this year, and it would go from to bare trees one day, and bam, the next thing you know, there'd be leaves swaying in the breeze, and you think, damn it, I missed it again. But man, I'm not missing it this year. It's been pretty neat. It's been going on for a couple weeks. I think I'm beginning to understand how old Frozen from Outdoor Adventures and those guys, Adventure Archives, that do the backpacking videos, how they cover so much ground in one day. Because when you're recording like this, you're not really paying a lot of attention to how far you're walking. I think I'm pretty close to being, I thought I could hear cars on the road, maybe not. I think I'm getting pretty close to where my trail intersection's at. Not really sure. See, now you wish there was a path right down through there, because I can hear the creek down there. I can't believe the fishermen don't have paths or have it knocked down in some spots. There's a There's a state park hikers. And I'm going out of focus now. I ain't gonna, well, let's try it. State Park Hiker Trail Medallion. Tell you one thing, I need to prepare better with, well, I wasn't really planning on doing this today, but I need to carry water with me. I'm thirsty. If I had one of them silly life straw things, I could suck it right out of here, but I'm pretty proud of myself for not dropping some obscenities back there when I twisted my ankle over. Boy, here's one that could kill you if it came down. I'm guessing I walked out there probably a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. So with my garbage picking up today, I probably walked 6, 7 maybe. I ought to sleep good tonight. I'm gonna shut this thing off again, so when I post this thing on the web, it can be like a 3-part mini series. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here I am at my intersection. Trapp Run Loop Trail. And Beartown Rocks Trail. A place my kids may or may not remember. I just crossed a nice little stream here. Whoopsie. Nice. The stream that I was walking somewhat perpendicular to the whole way down from up the hill. I just came down a bit of a grade, not much of one. Really a fairly flat trail. So now I shouldn't be far back to the car. There's a bridge up here that would easily accommodate a side-by-side or a ATV. Or a 4-wheeler, as we call them here in redneck country. So you can see this trail was once a logging road or a lease road of some sort, so it would easily accommodate an ATV. I don't know whether that's encouraged or not, but I would say, judging by the size of that bridge I came over, that was the premise of building that bridge that size. Yeah, I can see parked cars. I'm close to being done. People fishing over there. Okay, I'm coming up on this bridge. This is the upper reaches of Clear Creek. Now, that ain't no footbridge. You could drive a Mini Cooper across that baby. Good fishing in there. Seen a lot of guys fishing today. Only saw one trout caught though. I wanted to take a picture of the guy with it, but he didn't want his picture taken. Camera shy. Oops. We're back out to Corbett Road. A guy whistling at me. Camera dude. I wonder if that's somebody I know. Is that Dorsey? That's a hell of a lot of lens. The things you see when you don't have a gun.
Buy your car, a wife's looking for something to hang on.
How you doing?